Monday morning and we are here. Right now I'm in the port picking up a load. It's an overweight 20 foot I'm picking up to go drop at the customer. And this one is a drop and hook. This the first customer I ever got. At first when I start off with them, I was doing about 5 containers a month. Then they bump it up to 17. And just last week they sent me 21 that start release today. So I'm just picking them up, drop them there. It's really a drop and hook, but the first one you drop there, if it's none there available, you bobtail out of there, go pick up another one, come back, and they offload them pretty quick. These don't get backed up to a door. These you just park them out in the yard and they offload them out in the yard. It's not palletized. It's not anything that could go on pallet. So they don't need to bring them to the dock door. So I'm here waiting to get this one. And this one didn't come release until this morning. That's another thing about containers. Your schedule might change every day. You might get up today and you know you have 3 containers you're waiting for to release and none of them release. But come tomorrow, you might have other work that you had planned for tomorrow because you have these 3 that you had planned for today. But because they don't release today, they might end up all 3 of them release tomorrow or just 1 release tomorrow. Depending on the last free day, you might have to work some loads around, or you might have to pull it out, park it on the yard, let them know you can't deliver it until such and such. But sometimes you try to look out for the customer, that way they continue working with you. So you want to get the container out of there before the last free day or on the last free day. That way it don't end up in demurrage and the customer having to pay extra to get it out. And that kind of work in your favor, because by the customer not having paid the port demurrage, if it end up being in there after the last free day, now you take it out and you charge them for storage, you charge them for chassis, how much ever extra days you're going to end up having the chassis, and you also charge them for pre-pull. So it work out in your favor to get the container out of there. That's on the pro side. On the cons, you're going to put more work on you. So it's all about what you want to do. And then you also might slow down your money, because it was supposed to come out yesterday. They would have unloaded yesterday. You turn the container back in. You turn in your paperwork to get paid. Now because it didn't come out yesterday, it come out today. You pull it out, but you might not be able to take it to the customer today, and who knows when you're going to be able to take it. So that push back how long it's going to take for you to turn in the paperwork so you complete the load. So it's a lot of pros and cons on pulling containers. It's not like pulling dry box. Well, I could say it's not like pulling dry box, because pulling a dry box, you go pick up a load today, the load not ready. You could either, if they're guaranteed they're going to be ready tomorrow, you could sit around and wait. They might pay you a layover. Some of them only want to pay like $150, $250 layover. They don't want to pay much on the layover. Or if you decide to get off of it and go look something else, they might pay you $150 for truck order not used. But with a container, you right here, unless you're running the road, but you right here, you could pick up some local work to go and move around until the container release. But today my schedule gonna be, this wasn't my first load for the day originally. I have a load that's going 34 miles. I plan to run that load first, then I have another one going 37 miles. I plan to run that one last, so those were my two loads for today. But when I check all my containers that I'm waiting to release, because in the morning time I track all my containers to see what's going on with them. When I track my containers, I see this one released, and it wasn't released yesterday. So I decide, okay, since I could drop this one at any time and it's closer, it's only 9 miles, I decide I'm going to drop this one, bobtail out of there, then go pick up the one that's going 34 miles. Likewise, I'm going to drop that one, bobtail out of there. On my way from there, I'm going to stop and pick up my empty for the one that's 37 miles. So once I pick up the empty, I just continue on to pick up the other load. Now, the one that's going 37 miles, that's an export. So I have 2 import and 1 export for today. The export, it can't go in the port until tomorrow. So I'm going to drop that at the yard. That's another day's storage plus chassis fee. And then tomorrow morning, I turn that in first, then continue on with the rest of my day. So you gotta know how to work these loads for it to be profitable, for it to be productive, and for it to make sense. If you don't have a plan, it's not gonna work. You're gonna quit, you're gonna give up, you're gonna save no money in pulling containers because you don't know how to work it.